representing the organization and also myself under the technological advancements of industries, whether it be medical or military. I've been under attack for some 25 years. Mentally and physical abuse, psychological abuse, pornography. Also have always negative, as this gentleman was talking about, suicidal attempts in the mental, put through torturous things such as mental abuse caused by car accidents, maybe one of your family members dying, maybe your sister or your brother. Committee members, I ask you to think for a second and acknowledge that this does happen. And it is relevant to today, and it is relevant to the bioethical issue committees. And one thing I would like to mention that might give you some insight to just how detailed and how powerful this is. I was in my living room one day, and this computer came in, the interface of this computer, and it said something to me about it because I was called satanic and antichrist for the ugly, nasty, evil torture that it was putting me through. It dropped a program into me, and this would have been the military side of this computer, I'm sure, that was a martial arts technique that I performed to exact precision, where I picked up my coffee table in my living room with my leg, wrapped it around it, smashed it into the wall. If you don't think these are detailed, that they don't get information from every individual that we're talking about, this is how detailed and how powerful these programs can be. Anyone here could be manipulated at any time. Do not think anyone's above it. We need regulations. We need laws. We need people to look into these regulations. Human experimentation is going on for years. What you're talking about earlier, I appreciate the committee.
Thank you.
But what we're talking about is so high-tech, so advanced. We're not talking hospitals. We're not talking people in psych wards, but it does include those. We're talking high-tech warfare here. We're talking technological advancements beyond the human comprehension of the mind. We're way, way behind the comprehension of the mind. That's why they're so far ahead. That's why they can get away with it. There's no regulations, no laws against this type of human experimentation. Whether it's in the United States of America that it's happened, these corporations are outside the United States of America producing these weaponry and doing these studies. We need regulations. It's way above, I believe, possibly pharmaceutical companies are helping with this research, backing it. There's no regulation on it. There's the big money people. You know, I realize you guys are regulating that stuff, but there's big money in this medical research. I think they're buying it and selling it, and they're killing us. They're killing you.
We appreciate your story because you can talk to that firsthand. Some of these broader allegations, maybe I've got the crux of what your concern is, okay? Thank you. You bet. Thank you.
Mr. Derek Robinson.
Good afternoon, and thank you for this opportunity. Good afternoon to the Commission, and thank you for this opportunity to speak to you this afternoon. My name is Derek Robinson, and I'm president of an organization called Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance. And I represent many of the people that are in this room today, as well as hundreds of those across the U.S. And millions, many thousands across the U.S. who are not in our organization, who are being targeted without their knowledge, as well as those worldwide, millions, thousands, and speaking of thousands of people here in China who sent me their statement to give to you. I've heard a lot this afternoon about IRBs, about ethics versus. I'm sorry, my thoughts aren't coming together right now. But anyway, what we want to express to you is that human experimentation by this government is happening today. That there are many thousands of people, whether they are realizing it or not, are being affected. And that we would like to express to you that this is a situation that needs to be addressed by a task force, by a commission, because we are not hearing, because the government is not hearing from those who are being victimized by the experimentation. What you're speaking about tonight is very relevant in terms of those who are being experimented on. But what about feedback from those who are being experimented on, who have no place to go, who need a voice, who are suffering like these people here, who are suffering like those across this country? What you're hearing tonight is just a minuscule amount of what I hear on a daily basis. This is a widespread government program that is non-consensual, that is affecting many, many thousand, and it's growing daily. And the commission, I would hope, would express to Barack Obama that non-consensual, federally funded human research programs are going on and need to be addressed. And also the victims of those programs need a way to file a complaint, to talk to a commission, to talk to a task force about what is happening to them. Thank you.
Mr. Robert Laboudier.
Thank you for having me. My name is Robert Laboudier. I'm an eyewitness and victim that people are tampering with and retaliating against, and this is my public comment concerning non-compliances of bioethics and other codes of ethics. These non-compliances are a grave, pre-planned, premeditated breach of international conventions and are intentional and heinous atrocities of war crimes against humanity, domestic terrorism, domestic espionage, and genocide. We, the victims, are a group of U.S. nationals that are getting directly affected to the extent of attempted murder. That is genocide. The means and methods that are being abused are electronics and directed energy that unlawfully harness human subjects for unlawful experiments, research, and other exercise. The unlawful practicing and patterning of organized war crimes. The means are electromagnetic, radio frequency, psychotronic fields, voice-to-skull techniques, and other energy weapons that harness unwilling humans against our will and criminally conspires against our rights. They're used with remote viewers as one of the means of unlawful surveillance with criminal intent to terrorize, injure, harass, intimidate, and murder. That's called stalking, with the same intent. Also, unlawful human service trafficking that steals an individual's bioenergy signature through signal splashing unwilling human subjects, then using synthetic telepathy. That's a theft of human intangible property and other directed energies causing physical and mental pain, suffering, and trauma. These perpetrators torture victims in their physical control. This is cruel, unusual treatment and a terroristic hate crime that damages the subject's health, finances, dignity, employability, reputation, and human property while disrupting our mental faculties. Where is the equal protection law that is constitutionally ours? Is it not unethical to keep that from us? Our country's government helped develop these technologies, and they are forbidden to use on U.S. nationals. That is law. To not execute laws concerning these crimes is seditious conspiracy and treason. These unlawful acts are in direct violation of UN General Assembly resolutions, international humanitarian laws, and a slew of U.S. laws, and is completely unethical and irresponsible. We rightfully seek disclosure through prosecution. Thank you for having me. Good day.
Miss Lynn Barenberg.
I'm Lynn Barenberg, and I had prepared a commentary, but I find I'm not going to give it. I couldn't put it together in my head for 90 seconds. I'm another person who's being used for non-consensual human experimentation. The Stanford Research Institute, Lockheed Martin, and UC Berkeley are the criminal organizations and university that are involved in this. I can't speak publicly. Anyway, there are no ethics, there's no morality, rules, regulations. They're able to sidestep an IRB, an Institutional Review Board, for God's sakes. I mean, there's a lot going on you people don't know about. You know nothing, and it's coming your way, you know? These nanotechnology institutes that are attached to national laboratories, UC Berkeley has its own molecular foundry. You need to look into this stuff. because it's going mainstream. It's not just us. You're going to be affected, your loved ones, your children, your grandchildren. You need to take a look at what's going on here. We may not be the most eloquent speakers, but don't thoroughly discount us.
Mr. Timothy White. Okay. Mr. Ted